Welcome to Make Up Your Mind. I'm Amberp, makeup artist and IFBB Bikini Pro. I wanted to create a safe space for women to have deep conversations about life and mindset. So come hang out with me while I get ready for the day and chat about whatever is on my mind. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Make Up Your Mind. You guys, I'm going to start throwing up these episodes as I have these breakthroughs, these aha moments. It is not at all about the content production. It is about everything that is coming out of my mouth. All right, you guys, and since I'm not doing my makeup in this episode, I did want to show like a couple of favorites of products that I'm into right now. Anytime we do an episode and I'm not actively doing my makeup, I'll make sure to insert some form of makeup I'm into, beauty tip, whatever the case may be. However, right now, this is my current favorite palette. This is the Juvia's Place to Coffee Shop. Look how beautiful this is. This is so stunning. It's the ultimate neutral palette. Reason why I like Juvia's Place is because their products work on all skin tones, which is something that is very important to me. I have an extremely diverse clientele, so therefore when I'm picking products for my professional kit to work on for work, I need something that's going to work on all skin tones across the board. Inclusivity is such a huge deal for me, especially when it comes to my kit. So love this, so pigmented and affordable. And then their coffee shop lip glosses that go along with it. This one is in the shade Macao and it smells so good. So these two are a must. Check them out if you haven't already. So it is currently Tuesday, August 15th, 6:43 a.m. Your girl's been up since 4:30, but that's okay. Both Morello and I woke up early, and yeah, we were just up, and we knew if we were going to go back to sleep, then we would have had a hard time getting up, which I am working on making sure I am keeping myself on a schedule, especially since I'm working from home now. I've never been a time blocking girl. However, I am implementing that in today. So up early just means I got a jump start on my day. But I wanted to talk about ways to cope when your mind's not right. Basically, yesterday I had a rough ass day and I wasn't proud of myself, but for the first time in a long time, I let my mind, I let my thoughts, I let everything get the absolute best of me, and that's not good. However, life happens. We are human. We all fall short. But I just had an aha moment, a breakthrough moment, a couple, not even a couple. The main thing that you can do when you are in this moment of, oh my gosh, I am spiraling, because that's what happened to me. The morning just started off horribly, and then I spiraled, and I spiraled so bad to the point that I didn't get any of my work done yesterday, and that's not good. But the one thing that I now know to do whenever I have those moments of, and I call them doomsday moments, where it's just like you get hard on yourself, like one thing goes wrong and then you just start spiraling, you start looking at everything in a negative way, and it's like, oh well, now I can't do this, I won't be successful at that, why am I still stuck here, X, Y, and Z. Tell yourself things that you already know. Now, this probably sounds ridiculous, and it might even sound very asinine and simple to some, but keep in mind, when you are in that spiraling moment, you are on an emotional high. You cannot be reached 9 times out of 10. Logic has been thrown out the window. So you have to have the wherewithal and the self-awareness to, first of all, grab yourself. I tried grabbing myself yesterday. However, my thoughts are already running wild, and my thoughts are running so fast I couldn't catch myself. Typically, whenever I have a moment like that, or I feel it coming, I can go ahead and grab myself, start collecting myself and doing the things that I know to do to help me cope and just not go down that dark mindset. But something that helps me, and something that you can do when this happens, tell yourself things about you that you already know. Positive things, good things. I've said it before, y'all. Sometimes you gotta hype yourself up. Sometimes, you gotta talk your shit. You gotta remember who you are. So I literally just had this moment when I was in the bathroom, and I said, okay, yesterday was crappy. I definitely feel way better today. Like, turned over, new leaf, fresh start, we Gucci in that regard. But I just looked myself in the mirror and I was just kind of like, I'm about to tell myself things I already know about myself that I know are true. And this is it's just basically affirmations, but sometimes you just got to get spicy. You got to put a little stank on it. And I just looked at myself and I was just like, you're a dope ass person. You're a good human. That one of the gifts that God put in you is that you have the ability to make people feel good. I know I have phenomenal work ethic. That scared me. My mom's toilet made a noise. I know that I am a good ambassador for the sport of bodybuilding. I know that my content creation, it's good, despite of what the analytics might be telling me. It's just like, nah, man, damn the analytics. I know that what I'm doing is good. And it might sound crazy after a while, but once you start talking your shit, you start telling yourself these amazing things that you know about you, and on top of that, they're true, baby, listen, it's going to send you to the next level. Now, on the flip side of that, 2021, when I was on my worthiness journey, this was a struggle because every single morning I would take my dry erase marker on my mirror and I would write, I am worthy. I am intelligent. I am capable, because those were things that I struggled with and they were things that I did not believe. And those dark thoughts still creep out to play. Definitely yesterday, the past 2 days, I was struggling with the I am intelligent. And it's so interesting because words matter. I would start off with saying, okay, I'm smart. But then changing my words to, no, I'm not smart, I'm intelligent. Just something about that. It's just an upper level. It's like, it's a synonym. They mean the same thing, but I am smart versus I am intelligent just hits differently. And I had to keep telling myself that because I have a lot of moments when I don't feel like I'm intelligent. And I know where that's rooted from. And it's so interesting, the things that we hold on to. When I was in the first grade, I went to a private school, and the private school was just expedited. Basically, I learned how to write in cursive in the first grade. So once I transferred from that private school, because my mama went up there and blew the roof off, I'll tell you what happened with that in a moment. Once I got to public school, I was eons ahead, but because I had so much PTSD from the teacher, that's why now I'm having another breakthrough. That's why, like, I had a little bit of a hard time in school. It wasn't that I was a lack of intellect or lack of capability. I was just struggling with PTSD because a teacher already put it in my head that I was not smart. So very quiet, very shy, very reserved. And it was my turn to go up to the board and just write the sentence in cursive. So it was, she had on the left hand of the board, there were sentences written in print, and then we had to come up and write it in cursive. You guys, this is a chalkboard. That just shows how old school this is. I was so nervous. I'm talking knees shaking, palms sweaty, like the whole 8 Mile gig. That was me. So I'm up there trying to write, hands sweating, hand shaking, and I keep writing the same sentence over and over, not realizing I was doing it. And she stopped me a couple of times. She's like, no, write the next sentence. And for some reason, I was just so nervous. I just kept writing the same sentence. And then she looks at me and she goes, are you stupid? And that just crushed my soul. And so after that, I just believed from that point, honestly, all the way from first grade Amber, all the way to almost 35-year-old Amber, I believed that I was dumb. And because I believed it, it was why I had my moments of just struggling in school. And again, it wasn't due to just because of intellect. It was just due to I had already had it in my head that I was stupid. And then, like, I moved around a lot when I was a kid. So just home life and things were just, a little dicey. My mom did the best she could, and she always made me feel loved and warm and all that. But, a lot of these, sometimes, like, we don't realize how things affect us and how it manifests. Like, because something, happened at home, or because, the act of moving a lot, like, I didn't realize that it really bothered me. However, anywho, I'm getting off of track here. So all the way from first grade to almost 35-year-old Amber, I thought I was stupid. And so that's why now I make it a point every morning to tell myself, you are intelligent and you are capable. And I will tell myself that until I believe it. Now, of course, I have my days where I'm like, hot damn, girl, that's good. That's good. That's a good word right there. And then I have those other moments, like especially in business, because I was talking to my best friend about some stuff because things have just changed so much for me. And right now, this is the most uncomfortable I've ever been. And I know why I'm uncomfortable, because growth, evolution. Whenever you are growing, it's uncomfortable. Whenever you are changing, it's uncomfortable. And it's so interesting because I'm sure people have experienced this before, and you've probably experienced it before, where someone's telling you, oh, you've changed, you're not the same. Well, shit, I hope I'm not the same. I don't want 34-year-old Amber to be the same 24-year-old Amber, because if that's the case, we got some problems. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to prosper. You're supposed to evolve. But the thing is, when you are making big strides, big shifts, a huge evolution, it is uncomfortable. And I was playing back, like in business, I made a lot of mistakes just from not being educated, not knowing, not understanding business, not understanding finances and money. And I'm still struggling and trying to come up out of those things. But I was listening to a sermon yesterday, and I can't say it as eloquently as he did, but basically the message was, let go. It's like, if you keep so much focus on what was, you're going to continue to remain in that mindset. And so that's something that I am struggling with. So understanding that, hey, it was a hard time. Yeah, you had a lot of failures, a lot of mistakes, but those are lessons because of all the slip ups, all the failures, all the hard times I've had. I truly believe that is why now I'm in a place to where I'm able to help people, because this is something that God has really been on me about since the springtime. It was just a matter of God got on my heart about giving. And I just said, Lord, I don't got no extra finances to give. So I don't know about that, big boy. We're going to have to figure it out. But God told me, no, giving's not always financial. You have a lot of knowledge. You know a lot of stuff. You can give your information. And so that's what I started doing. For instance, like my friend Lauren, who unfortunately, not Lauren Woodley, my A1, Lauren I met when I worked at Macy's. She was a store manager. Her and I became really tight. And I just started training her in the gym. And it's so interesting because personal training was always something that I've wanted to do. I wanted to do personal training since before I was even a bodybuilder, because I was a gymnastics coach for 7 years before I got into the beauty industry. So personal training just made sense to me. And so it was always something I wanted to do, but I had a lot of imposter syndrome around it. And so training her made me realize, oh snap, I can do this. So it's just interesting how God places certain people in your life to show you certain things about you. And so I totally lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that? I don't know. But anywho, see, I knew it would come back to me, going back to giving. So it's very interesting that this entire time I'm walking around thinking I'm not intelligent. And then God tells me, you are intelligent. I need for you to give. See, now I'm having another breakthrough. God wanted me to give my knowledge, to reveal to myself that I do know things. I am intelligent. So that's something that I have been doing whenever I feel prompted to, though. Because there are some situations where it's like, girl, we need to get on a constant call. You have to pay me for my time. You know what I mean? But, helping people, whether it be through the Girl Gainz podcast, sharing. Alexis and I I think we do a damn good job of sharing our experiences within bodybuilding, helping people whenever they're asking me questions about YouTube or, especially I love when it's someone new to the beauty industry. I love helping those girls out just simply because my beginning was very rocky and tumultuous and I did not have much help. So I never want anyone. That's why I help people, because one of my main goals in life is to be the person that I needed growing up. So therefore, I've had a lot of helpless moments in my life, unfortunately. And this isn't like oh, poor me. It's an explanation as to why I do what I do. But I have had so many helpless moments in my life. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I know firsthand what it feels like to need help and the help not be there. So anytime someone reaches out and I use my discernment and I can decipher, okay, if this person really does truly need help, or if they're just here because they want a blueprint and they don't want to do all the work themselves, if it's someone who I feel and can sense they truly need the help, I'm going to do everything in my power to help them. I said all of that to say, sometimes you guys, you just got to talk yourself up. That's it. And I get it. When you're in the moment, it is hard. But the key is grabbing yourself before the spiral happens. If you can catch yourself before the spiral, you're Gucci. You're going to be on your way. So your homework is to start telling yourself all the great things about you every single morning, because when you start your morning off like that too, you kind of come untouchable. Like, ain't nobody effing with me. I'm good. No matter what's thrown at me, no matter what side comments coming at me, at the end of the day, I know I'm good because I know who I am. I know that I am capable, and I also know that I am intelligent. All right, y'all. So keep it simple, cast one more net, and I'll holler at you at the next episode.